there again we are, catering to their needs of Japanese language. So on a whole, it is anything and everything related to Japan and Japanese, nothing else. Okay, so that's what we do. When we cater to the corporates, again, it is customized as per the need of the organization, be it training, be it document translations, interpretations. The next two programs are flagship programs of SNRC, which is sensitizing Indians about Japanese culture and business etiquette, and on the same note, sensitizing Japanese expats here in India about the Indian culture and how we work, our Jugaad system of working, right? So we have to sensitize them too. So when both the entities are sensitized, it becomes easier to work with each other and it's a win-win situation for the organization. Last but not the least, placement is the word which, for everyone it's a good thing to hear about. For all your learning, whatever you're learning, whatever your background is, placement is something which is you would like to be placed in your dream job, right? But we cater to only bilingual placements. When I say bilingual, it is a person who knows Japanese and English, other than whatever they, right? So we are into that too, and a small list of clients with whom we have been working for a long, long time. So, as you all can understand, Japanese is a very niche language, and the services with that are very niche. So, it has to be repeat customers, repeat clients, which means you have to do at your best for any corporate to come back to you, right? So, these are the list of customers. And of course, as I indicated, we'll be working with quite a good number of institutions and colleges and universities catering to their needs of Japanese language learning for their students. So again, down you can see the list of names like from Bangalore, we are associated with Ramaya Sheshadipura College, from Karnataka, Vidyavardhaka College of Engineering, and from other states also we have been associated catering to their needs. Okay. Now, what is special about SNRC? You would have heard of many a good number of your, institutes which teach Japanese. So, what is it? What is it different with SNRC? So, here, as our logo indicates, we believe in experiencing immersive language experience learning, right? So, we don't only focus for the exam. There is an international exam for you to get certified in the language. These are called the JLPC exams, which is conducted just twice a year. But we also focus in an overall 360-degree angle of learning. Okay, so we support the students in many ways for them to learn all this, right? So, few of the ways where we promote this language is by such talks where non-Japanese language learners also understand what is Japan, what is, we've had around 32 plus speakers speaking on this platform, and we've had from various backgrounds, be it from the Japanese companies, be it pep talk, where people were giving their pep talks, motivational talks. So from various backgrounds, we've been, catering to the industry. Then we also provide lot of services where our students get an overall exposure about Japan. And excuse me. And a very unique thing is a Japanese reading room. Yes, in your colleges and schools, you would have had your libraries, but in private institutions, I mean, the library itself is becoming less and less by the day. Everything people will look forward to look up to either internet, Google it, find out the things. But having a reading room, having a library is something wonderful when you get the feel of a book in your hand, right? So even having the Japanese reading room is a beautiful thing where you can come and access not only your textbook related learning material, but a lot of other things. There will be a lot of anime, manga fans. We have a wonderful collection of that too. So overall, giving you an good exposure of everything in tits and bits about Japan, right? So next, as I said, bilingual placement is something which everyone would look forward. Why pick up a language? Finally, you want to get placed, use the language at work, right? So we have an exclusive website where you can upload your profile. Please note that you have to have at least your basic JLPT M5 or N4 skills for you to upload your profile in our JLG. Okay. So this helps us cater to the needs of the organizations and also to the individual. So we build a bridge between the organization and the individual bilingual income. Okay. So that's majorly about us. You can follow us on any of the social media platforms where you get to know a lot more about us. Okay. So now I hand it over to my colleague Ashwija San. Let her introduce our speakers, and then accordingly we will, the most awaited part of today's talk, we will wait to hear from Jeyanthi San. Ashwija San, over to you.
Jeyanthi has been HR professional with more than 20 years.
Ashwija San, your voice is echoing.
Okay.
Can you just look into it, please?
Is it okay now?
Yeah, better.
All right. Yeah, sorry about that. So, yes, so as I was saying, Jeyanthi has been a HR professional with more than 20 years of industry experience, German language and intercultural expert, business moderator, and coach for strengthening global business collaboration and enabling integration of global terms. Has conducted various trainings and workshops for India, Germany, Vietnam, and Japan for strengthening global business collaborations and enabling integration of global jobs. Currently responsible for the domain HR-Globalization at Bosch with focus on people and culture. Happy to have you here, Jeyanthi San. Thank you so much.
Jeyanthi San, you're on mute.
Is it clear now?
Yes, Jeyanthi.
Okay, yeah. Thank you, Ramasan. Thank you, Ashida-san, for your generous words and introduction. Good morning, everyone. Konnichiwa, Guten Tag. Yeah, it's my pleasure and privilege to be here as a speaker because Sakuraa Nihongo Institute has been our valued partner for so many years in the past and present, especially when it comes to Japanese language, culture, anything, they are our go-to partners. Yeah. So when Ramasan approached me to give a talk, I was thinking, what should I talk about? Yeah. So then I thought for all of you who are learning the language or who are interested in languages and culture, it would not be a bad idea to give some insight about what it means to launch a global career. Yeah, what it means to work internationally. Yeah, so I chose that topic. I'll share my screen now because I put a couple of slides for this. Um, you are able to see the slide. Mm.
Yes, Jeyanthi San.
So I have, I have an issue to moving the slide. So is it on? Yeah, I'll keep it in this mode. Is it fine? Ramasan, is this fine if I do?
Sure, Jeyanthi San. Sure.
Okay. It's because I don't want to get stuck in between. So, okay. So, in today's my presentation, I just want to talk this following aspects basically. The first we start with what is how was traditional workplace, yeah, all these years, and then how is it now in a modern global company, yeah, and how the customer expectation and the way of working changes, and then I go a bit deeper into working in a globalized world. What are the challenges it brings as compared to working locally? and what are the opportunities it brings, because every challenge is also an opportunity. Yeah. And what it takes to launch a global career, what are the skill set that is needed beyond one's technical competence, what else do we need to be successful in a global career. Yeah. And then of course the most important part, the role of foreign language skills and intercultural competence, basically the cultural intelligence, as important factor in developing a global mindset. Yeah. And last, I'll also give a couple of tips on what it means to be a global citizen. Yeah. So I'll move. If you have any questions, you can note it down. I'll be able to answer at the end. There is a small question and answer session planned. Yeah. So here I just thought I'll just bring a comparison. The traditional workplace, as we all knew it from our parents and earlier days, is there is a physical office, and there are colleagues, and the manager is right there. Yeah, and manager is right there in the same room, or manager has a little. Hello, hello. What is that
Yes,
message?
Jayanthi-san.
It's all fine.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's fine, Jayanthi-san. Please
Okay.
continue.
Okay. Yeah. So there is a so you have the traditional setup where you get the work from one person, and that's your manager, and then you will finish that work, and then the manager says it's good or it's bad, or it has to improve, and then it goes like that. Yeah. So basically it was a very simplistic simple hierarchical structure where there is a team, colleagues, and there is a manager. Now if you see, as the multinational companies started to expand and coming to India, there are a lot of changes in the way we work, in the way the organizational structures are arranged. Yeah, for example, our Bosch Global Software Solutions, our company is a part of Bosch Worldwide. We are the software center for the rest of the world, and where we have for example, we have presence in 150 countries, and India has one of the biggest hubs for software, and we are 28,000 organization with major four business divisions. And if you look at the way it is structured, for example, there is a team sitting in India, and it works together with a team sitting in Vietnam or Mexico. And this is the software development team, for example. And this team has a local manager who is for disciplinary manager, basically. And there is another manager who is sitting, for example, in Japan, because Bosch Japan, for example, would be dealing with the end customer, which could be a Toyota, Toshiba, or whoever it is. Yeah, so the Japanese customer, then it will be Japan front ending, and they get the business, and it is then passed on to. Yeah, quite often it also goes through our head quarters Germany, because Germany has the direct connect with a lot of car companies. We are an automobile mobility sector, and they get the contract, and this contract is then passed on to India, Vietnam, and Japan, for example. Yeah, so the day-to-day situation is, that is the matrix structure is about. Matrix structure means there is a vertical structure where you have your own team. Your own team is part of a business division, and it is part of a and it is part of basically a big business unit, and it is part of the local organization. But if you look at the horizontal, if you see in this right side picture, and these divisions are connected, spread across. For example, the same topic is handled in India, Vietnam, Japan, or East Europe, and they are all connected together by a technical leader, manager, and they work on it. So if you see like that, one is part of two structures, the one the vertical and the one is horizontal. That brings a lot of complexities onto the table, because it's no longer your boss giving you one work and you are doing it very well, And most probably your boss will also talk one of the Indian languages, maybe your own language, or speak English. The cultures are same, timings are same, and compared to that, here your manager may be sitting in Europe, your customer is sitting in Japan, and you are working together with the Vietnamese. So this could be a very normal day-to-day scenario in a multinational organization. Yeah. So we look at some of the challenges, as I was mentioning now, which this globalized structure, the way of working brings. Yeah. To start with is the time zone. As I said, for example, Vietnam is 1.5 hours ahead, or Germany is 3.5 hours behind, or Japan is 4 5 hours ahead. And so when all of these people are involved in the same project, then to start with, to get a common time to fix a meeting itself is very difficult, because when Germany is logging in, Japan is logging out. Yeah. And so all these things happen. And to add to that is also the language barriers, because if you look at our typical scenario, as I said now, India, Vietnam, and Germany. And India has English to an extent, still it's not our mother tongue. Depending on people where they studied in a city, they studied in a rural area, their level of English may also be different. For Germany and Vietnam, the language English is clearly a foreign language which they have learned for their professional work. When all the three team members are communicating in English, the accent, the choice of words, the pronunciation, it creates a lot of challenges in understanding each other. So this is one of the biggest barriers. And communication, also the way, the styles you communicate. For example, as the Asian countries are involved more and more, the tendency is to communicate things indirectly, because, for example, we will not say no directly, because it is not in our culture to say that something cannot be done. We convey it subtly. And similarly, if you're working with Japan, there is a lot of humility. You have to be humble, and people are very polite. And that extreme politeness of thanking people or appreciating the collaboration is important at every stage. And for example, there are conflicts are not directly dealt with. The way you deal with the conflict is very different in Europe, especially in Germany, compared to as it is in India, and as it would be in Japan. Yeah, it is completely three different ways of approach to dealing with conflicts. Yeah, so this is also an important aspect, that how I deal with communicate with my colleagues, how I deal with hierarchy. For example, though software organizations are in general flat hierarchy compared to traditional manufacturing industries, still, depending on the country, even the hierarchies are strong, and that respect one needs to bring for the hierarchy is different. Whereas if you take a country like Germany, it is less hierarchical compared to India and Japan. And so that means you as a team member in a hierarchical setup, you will be waiting for your manager to guide you, direct you. If there is a problem, you are waiting and for your manager to come and advise you or give a solution. Whereas in a flat hierarchical setup like USA or Germany, you as a team member, you have to be you have to have the mastery over your technical subject, that you need to bring in that kind of solution. If there is a problem, you have to find a solution, or you are expected to be very proactive and go and suggest that there could be a problem and this is the way we can avert it, which is not so much our way of working, Indian way of working. Yeah, so this could be a big challenge, because whole our life in schools, colleges, in schools, the teachers, the colleges, our professors, at home, our parents or grandfathers, they tell us when there is a problem, we go to them and they guide our life. Whereas a country like USA or Germany, people go on their own after 18 and independently take their decisions on life and at work. Also, this behavior is expected and encouraged. Yeah. So these are, and working styles also, there is big difference. For example, India is very good in finding quick solutions if there are problems in the last minute. Unexpected problems come, we know the great Indian jugaad. We find quick solutions and fix them, or last minute there is some pressure, we are able to stretch that extra mile. Whereas country like Germany, they go according to the planning, but for that they ensure 120% quality if it you take. And similarly, Japan, the perfectionism with which people approach their work, and the team collaboration, the way you collaborate with your team members, and the way you together raise the quality of the product or your yeah, software or whatever. Yeah, it is extremely high, the standard. So, whereas in India, we give importance to flexibility, innovation, and things like that. Whereas, and also more of multitasking. So you won't be able to complete one thing at 120%. You will have four projects running, each of which you can complete only maybe 80% in the given time. So when the customer is from Japan or Germany, when they see this output, they are not happy. So the customer satisfaction scores may come down, yeah, because the quality aspect has been little bit ignored compared to the other aspects. So these are some of the typical challenges that arise when you work in a globalized world. And these are, I also want to mention some of the opportunities, because quite often when you think of global, people think only of challenges, and they want to be in the comfort zone of their own home or city or their country. Yeah. And working in a globalized world, first of all, the new career opportunities, the more globalized you are, the more opportunities will knock your door. And also, when you are working together with countries like Japan or Germany, where the high level of technical competence is valued and people have amazing expertise. So you will learn, get to know new technology, new topics, and what are the niche ones coming. And this is very important, and it is a great opportunity to get this exposure to work with other colleagues or other people from other countries. Yeah. And so this working, it has been proved that people, multicultural teams, people, meaning the teams having people from different background, when they work on a same topic or a project, the chances of innovation are very high, because innovation comes with different kind of thinking, and not that you need to think laterally, you need to think creatively, and that comes when you have people from different background. Their approach to problems and solutions will be very different, so the chances of innovation are very high. Yeah. And the new styles of working, as I said, people work very differently in Japan. They work in a team, and the kind of team spirit and collaboration they bring in, and the sense of quality is extremely high. And so people learn. And if you are working with, for the others, when they work with India, they learn the flexibility, and they learn how to find quick solutions to unexpected problems and so on. And of course, you make lifelong friends. And thanks to my long career at Bosch and an opportunity to travel and work, I have got very good friends, very lifelong friends across the globe. Yeah, in Germany and in Vietnam and in Japan. Yeah, so this has been a great opportunity for me to also enrich my personal space. Yeah, and getting to know new cultures, your understanding of the people around the world and their world view, also, because when we are only in our culture, we tend to know, see the world only through our cultural prism. Yeah, so to say. So we see only like things like, okay, in India there is a way of life. If you take a typical, I'm not generalizing, I'm just say taking a typical example. You will, for example, in India, people need to do or medical. But if you see Japan or Germany, people are very enthusiastic about creative arts or humanities or languages or other topics which are of health, sports, and all these user experience, for example, new role, yeah, all these user design, user experience, all these things are very what do you say, these are the things which will give you a different perspective to life, approaching your life and career, yeah. So for example, with a language based, for example, my own example, I started as a German language expert and started doing trainings, and then I was doing intercultural trainings, and now today I'm heading globalization, people and culture. So there are other professions beyond just doing engineering. Yeah. So this will enhance your career opportunities, new ways of thinking, new ways of new mindset, and new ways of seeing things. Yeah. When there is a problem, how to look at approach the problem. Yeah. And so these are the challenges. And now I come to the, I would say, the most important part of my presentation. This is what it takes to launch a global career. Here, what I would like to emphasize here is everybody, most of us think if it is, yeah, if I have good technical competence, I know my subject well, that is, of course, very, very important. Yeah, but knowing only that, it should work. It won't work because to be successful in international arena or in a globalized, in the global business scenario, it takes a lot of other qualities as well. Yeah. So first I'll come to the technical competence. There also I want to share some of the things. There also, for example, when you compare with Japan or Germany, in India, there is a feeling, oh, this is too much theory, this is too much. No, actually, what is expected is a good grasp on the fundamentals with a good application orientation to be able to apply your concepts. Yeah, so it is also important to have a good theoretical fundamentals and coupled with a good application skills. And a certain amount of depth and breadth of technical knowledge is also expected because on one side you need to go deeper into your area, but also a bit broader to be able to accommodate a new business requests and the new challenges that comes across the way. And so keeping pace with the latest developments, for example, now I may not be an artificial intelligence expert, but I need to know how to use it for my profession, for my trainings, for example. And so latest technology and developments are very important. And when it comes to leadership, it's quite often believed in India, the number of people I have is the only form of leadership. If I have 100 people under me, 200 under me, I'm a big leader. Whereas if you go to these countries, other countries, Korea, for example, Japan, or yeah, US, you need to bring a solid technical leadership skills. That means you have to have that content mastery, the mastery technically to be able to guide your team when they face technical challenges, apart from your people skills, of course. Yeah. And then we come to the next quadrant, communication skills. Communication skills are grossly underrated, but when you are working across the globe, your communication skills will be an important differentiator in your success. Yeah, because the ability to express in a precise and concise manner, you must be able to abstract things and you must be able to express them so precisely that people have no ambiguity across. Yeah. And appropriate to the stakeholder, that is also important. Are you communicating with your customer? Are you communicating with your counterpart across? Or are you communicating with your leadership team? Or are you communicating with your colleagues in other part of the country? Yeah. So depending on to whom you are communicating, you also need to change the way you communicate to bring across your message. And of course, here I didn't add, but I just wanted to add English also plays a very important role, because we all think we all know English, which we do, but when it comes to using it in a very nuanced and refined manner, we need to also master the use of English in business scenarios, or scenarios where internationally, for your subject, what you want to communicate. So the language and skills play an important role. And last but not the least here, communicating technical topics has a different kind of expertise than communicating a business topic. When you are pitching a project, it is of more of a marketing. Yeah, when you are negotiating a project, or when you are resolving a conflict. Yeah, all these require different kinds of communication skill. So this is an important dimension for successful global careers. Yeah. Then I come to the professional skills. Again, no, when we are in India, when I am working with only colleagues from my city, my state, or just across the country, I have a certain casual manner with which I dress, or with which what kind of etiquettes I follow, or the way I talk to my colleagues, or the way I work, the meetings, how I join. Whereas when you are in an international setup, you can't afford to be so casual. Yeah, one needs to be very professional. For example, Japan and Germany are known for their time consciousness. Yeah, so if it is your call is at 10, even 10:02 is considered it is late already, and 10:05 is already your reputation as a professional is gone. Yeah. And good etiquette and manners, waiting till the other person completes, or being polite to your colleagues, or saying in the beginning, wishing them and smiling at them, or when you are going for food, offering them, and when in the lift, offering the others the place, or in the queue, standing in queue. These are some of the very small things which may sound very trivial, but they make a long way in being making a international professional. Yeah. And time management is very important. And managing your time, especially in meetings, how you come prepared, what you want to say, and what is the follow up on the last meeting. All these are expected. So customer centricity and solution mindset. And as I said, quality levels are very different internationally. So we need to bring up our levels when we are that also makes us very alert and agile. Yeah. And networking skills are very important. When you have good network in other countries, the ability to get business, or ability to also complete a project successfully are enhanced. Yeah. And the last but not the least, because we are in the Institute for Japanese, and we are foreign language and intercultural people, to have foreign language is very, very, very essential, a skill. And at one level is at least to know good morning, good evening, thank you in the languages. But it will be a big differentiator for you in your career if you have an intermediate or advanced level of foreign language, and ability to recognize and understand the differences and bridge them. Yeah, to be able to understand instead of judging the other person, oh, these people are bad, I can't work with them, or to be able to understand the differences and bridge them, it's very important. Openness to new ideas and values, because working with other countries, you learn their value system. You are working long with the Japanese, you learn how to be humble, how to be high quality, and you how to be a perfectionist, and values. So what are their values? Yeah, for example, quality and reliability are two values which are very, very valued in Germany. And our company Bosch is also Bosch culture. Company values are also quality and reliability. So these are the two things I have learned, and which has helped me grow as a person in my life, to bring whatever I do a certain amount of quality, and to bring a certain reliability to my partners. Yeah, so this has helped me personally, and that's why I wanted to put it. Yeah. So next we go a little bit deeper on foreign language and why I should know foreign language. I know English, and one person asked me, I know English and I have a credit card, and I don't need to learn anything more. Yeah, but it's a very gross oversimplification of things. To be if you know the language is the key to the culture of the other society, and if you know only English, and you think that will open doors only to the English speaking world, which is just US, UK, and maybe Australia, Canada, and New Zealand. Yeah, other countries. So you lose the rest of the world. So if you want new opportunities, see, if you want to have that competitive advantage along with your technical competence, which should be really good, it is always good to have a good grasp of another language. This combination will take you a long way. Yeah, just having one without the other may not take you so far. And so understanding the other cultures, like I said, and it helps us to understand different perspectives and mindset. And this gives you an opportunity to live and work in another country when there is an opportunity comes, and it says you need to know Japanese, you need to know German, you need to know French. If you know it quickly, you are at an advantage over others. And of course, again, making new friends, personally seeing new places, learning, experiencing new food, and enjoying new the recipes, new ways of dressing, all that, of course, is a personal enrichment. Yeah. And like I said, you can, if you want to go beyond English speaking countries, and which are also economically big powers, like Japan or Germany, France, Korea, Spain, etc., and where it will be difficult for you to believe English is not, believe me, it's not the main. You need to know English in the office for the international clients, but you need to know the local language to integrate well with that society. Yeah. So this is that is why I would say I would encourage all of you to learn foreign languages, learn Japanese, and learn further, not just saying good morning and thank you. And my last slide is how to become a global citizen. Yeah, who is international? How you can build your brand. Huh? First is the critical thinking. Critical thinking is like I am very objective. Logically, I'm able to see my strengths and weakness. Where am I with respect to my colleague from Japan? What is he coming? So this thinking ability to think and know my strengths, where am I, and position my counterpart from the other country, and then also to see where is the difference. This develops lot of, this is a very important skill for being a global citizen, and adapting to new environments, weather, food, dressing, when you have to travel, and learn agility. You have to learn fast. System may be different, things may be different. What is expected of you as a professional may be very different. So you have adaptability and agility to learn is very important. And intercultural competence is a competence to deal with the different, recognize the differences between countries and cultures, and deal with these differences in an effective way, without having stereotypes, without having prejudices, without having, oh, okay, yeah, and not undermining others or not undermining ourselves. Yeah, knowing myself, respecting myself, respecting others. So this is an important competence. And if you are a global citizen, you start to see the globe as one world, and where issues like environment, climate, or nuclear threats, or sustainability, how I improve the, how I fight against pollution, how I fight against global warming, how I, what are the global topics which are now affecting the world today, politically, socially, yeah. And this, seeing the globe as your ecosystem, and trying to be responsible to leave the earth in a good way for our future. That these are some of the topics which are across the world, connecting people who are global citizens. Yeah. And so, because after all, the sky has no borders, and people all over the world, people have the same flesh and blood, and the pain is same, pleasures are same. So if you are able to learn to see the world as one place where we are all here for a short period, and promote cultures and languages, then this will make us a global citizen in this globalized times. So with this, I come to the end of my presentation. Thank you. Dankeschön. Arigato gozaimasu. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Jayanthi-san. It was a wonderful, wonderful talk. This is what we were waiting for. I mean, how all the youngsters here could become global citizens, could work globally is, I mean, you've given a very nice, I would say, an explanation, which is really like from your experience it has come. It is not just a bookish knowledge that you're
Thank you.
trying to pass on. Thank you very much. I hope all of you have taken good notes and taken insight from this, and, you can edge your career accordingly, right? The Michi talks are mainly for that, for all the youngsters, however you want to steer your career, but have some insight, have some knowledge about what is there in the current industry, what is happening in the professional world. You're all in, very cocooned well in your college with parents, professors, teachers backing you up, but you are going to step into the professional world where you need to be globalized. Thank you very much, Jayanthi San. It was wonderful.
Thank
I
you
would
for
have,
the opportunity, Rama.
so I would request all the participants, whoever has questions, please put it in the chat box. We will read it out, and accordingly, either Jayanthi San or us, to the best of our capabilities, we would respond to your questions. Okay. Ashwita San, would you take it over from here?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yes, so participants can drop their questions in the chat box so that I read it out.
I think Roshan San had raised his hand. You can put your question, Roshan San.
Yes. So Roshan San is asking scope of opportunities in the educational assessment field in Japan and Germany.
Ashwija-san, this is Vignesh here. I think the name is coming incorrectly. Apologies. Konnichiwa, Jayanthi-san, and everyone. So I'm from the assessment sector. So I cater to, apologies if for speaking. First of all, may I have your permission to speak?
Yes, please.
Okay, all right. So thank you. So it was indeed a wonderful session. It actually helped us to, I mean, at least to me to, gather a lot of information. So two questions. What I had was number one, since I'm from the educational assessment sector, so I cater to both corporates and government sector where we are into conduction of assessments. And I'm in the operations and I manage the end-to-end assessments. So educational assessments and corporate assessments. So I was wondering about the scope of these scope of opportunities in this particular sector in Japan and Germany and in global sectors. Since you spoke about a couple of countries, that's one. Second is for someone to have an experience in this field and looking for opportunities. How does the organizations validate this experience and how do they see whether the candidate is a perfect or a good job fit?
Thank you, Roshan San. What assessment you are into? Assessment of?
I'm into psychometric assessment. So we are into hiring. So we do hiring and competency assessment. So recruitment assessment and competency assessment for organizations. That being said, I'm also into different government projects where we do recruitment assessments for PSUs, governments, and educational institutions.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I can answer about Germany, maybe Ramasan or yeah, can answer about Japan.
Right.
So Germany system is very different from India, their school system, no school system itself has three branches after your elementary school, and people one who are going to the university are in one route, where at the end of 13th class they complete their school certificate. The others are already put into more of job oriented or more of learning skills, and the different universities, apart from for technical and for language, there are standard assessment tests the universities use. Otherwise, the to find the equivalence of India's degrees, there is a assessment center from the German government, where now the students are applying and getting their degrees and qualifications assessed, so that they can be validated for admission to universities. Yeah, so that is one thing which is now commonly happening. Yeah, does it answer your question?
It does partially. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And Ramasan, you want to say about Japan? Because I'm not so much.
This I'll have to look. I mean, check back and come, Roshan-san.
No problem. This would be Vignesh Ramasan. So
Vignesh, I'm
thank you.
sorry.
Thank you.
I'm sorry,
No
Vignesh, sir.
problem. Thank
I
you.
would have to check and come back. I
Thank you.
am not very sure. Because general corporate, the things we do have some idea. I will check and connect with you. You can
Sure.
connect
Thank you.
with me today.
Thank you, Ramasan.
Thank you very much.
Okay. So next question is from Anusha San. She wants to know the opportunities in Japan for creative field. And currently she is working in video production, and she also wants to know, I mean, how can she leverage that experience to work in Japan?
Okay, I'll take this question, Jayanthi sir. So basically, see, if you're into the video production and all, there are quite a good number of opportunities. See, one thing is if you are a language proficient person, plus with your technical skills, you need not only aim at going to Japan and working there, right? There are a lot of opportunities using your language not only in India but in other countries also. I'm not saying that there are no opportunities in Japan, but let's think of this language utility from a global perspective, right? You could be in the US, you could be in Dubai sitting and working for Japan, right? You could be anywhere in the world working for Japan or in India also, right? So of course with your video production skills there is lot of opportunities nowadays. All your anime manga, I mean if you're a language person, I'm not sure, you've not indicated if you've picked up your language, but if you are a language enthusiast with your N3 N2 skills, with a lot of things being animated, right, your skills could be used, you could surely apply. But if you're specific about Japan, learning the language is a must. I hope I answer your question, Anusha san. Okay, let's move to the next question.
Maybe I can just add a line to Rama's.
Please.
Most of these countries, Anusha san, they will also ask for a formal qualification quite often. No? If you have picked up video skill, they will want you to have a education on graphic design or video, or now some kind of a completion of a certification. That also you need to look into. In India, yeah, people don't really so much. They see your experience and practice, but these countries will also see whether you have a formal training in that field, whatever is your field.
Very true. Very true. Thank you, Jayanthi sir.
Next question is from Rashmi San. So she wants to know what is the future scope for bilingual translator for coming days as AI is taking over.
Very good question, Rashmi sir. I think core translation has drastically reduced. Yes, you're right. AI has taken over a lot of, I would say, a lot of jobs from the translators. But still, there is a scope for translators, but you have to be very, what should I say, very technical in it, Okay. Recently, I was speaking to a very senior person from an organization, basically about this translations and interpretations. They used to recruit a lot of translators, interpreters, even freshers into the organization. But of late, yes, for the last, let's say, 7, 8 years, this has reduced drastically. But there is still a demand for translators if you are really top of the notch type of a thing. And uh, and if you pick up some technical skills, let's say, if you're from the IT background, some testing, something, some SAP, something related to the IT industry, then there is better scope for you. And if you're from the, let's say, an automotive industry or a banking sector, if you have some technical skills along with your translation skills, you are in a better position to uh, get jobs. So, Jayanti san, you would like to add
Yeah.
anything?
Yes, absolutely, Ramasan. What you said is correct. I would also say you can now more for you can shift look at content writing, because content writing still requires putting the content for your particular purpose, particular objective, and so you can use the AI tools to create the content, but you still need a human being as of now to adapt it, refine it to the particular objective or purpose. Yeah. So along with the translation, you can also get into content writing and also writing content for the web, where you also require another technical skill like ACO, search engine optimization. Some combination. Gone are the days I just know one foreign language in English and I made a living as a translator. That is now gone. You need to add one or two more skills to it. Thank you.
I hope that clarifies, Rashmi. Can we go to the next this thing? Joshua san?
So Joshua San wants clarification on how the vertical hierarchy will be considered with the 10 years of experience in industry.
What is it? How a technical?
Would a vertical will be considered?
Yeah, vertical hierarchy will be considered with a 10 years of experience in industry.
So what level of that's what you are asking. So, what level of in the vertical hierarchy where I'll be positioned? Is it your question?
Waiting for Joshua. Yes.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. Okay. So it depends on your what you have done till now. Typically, with somebody who has 10 years of experience, will be somewhere around a senior project manager, where you will have three, four project managers under you. So you'll be handling 4, 5 projects parallelly. Yeah, that would be the roughly the level in the vertical structure.
Next question is from Goshik San. So he wants to know which sector have more opportunities, core companies or IT companies in Japan.
Namaste, you can take the question.
Yeah, Kaushik san, everything. I mean, you have opportunities there. There are loads of opportunities there out in Japan. They are looking forward for youngsters who can come there. From, now the talk of the town is more of SFW. I mean, just I'm deviating a little from the topic. That's, you have to be specialized skill person, any skill, even from a plumber, a carpenter, a agriculturist to an IT person. So every sector there is a need in Japan, right? So whatever your skills are, you know, concentrate on that and move in that direction. That would be the best than looking out to how to hone your skills for anything specific that you want to venture into. That will be a better opportunity, a better thing. Your core companies are also there. Like we have lot of core companies there out there, and IT sector is, of course, is growing by the day.
Okay, I saw one question here, how to network with Japanese and German. So I can only say the method I followed are the Sakuraa Institute. Learn the language that opens the new doors. Yeah, you will meet so many people from that country. I would say learning the language is the key to networking with those country or people. Yeah. So there is one more on the chat. I'm working on a aerospace domain with 8 years of experience. Any opportunities in Japan for aerospace? Ramasan, to you.
Aerospace, there is. This is what we have heard, but if you ask me, specifically me as SNRC, we have not got a lot of, what should I say, demands from organizations for the aerospace here in India. I mean, with bilinguals. But what we hear in the general industry is there is demand. So you'll have to approach specific organizations. You could even start some organizations in India who network with Japan.
Mhm.
And even JAL coming here to Bangalore itself is a good news. I mean, it's been there for the last couple of years. I think we missed out 2 questions. First, Manigandan San, give any scholarships for doing master's degree in Japan for Indian students and such. Yes, Manigandan San. Initially, there used to be only couple of scholarships which was majorly called Next and few more. But of late, when we attended one seminar, we got to hear there are a lot more scholarships for Indians who want to do their higher education in Japan. You could connect with us separately. We could give you little more information around that. I think Surya Sam, I have doubt companies what expect in fresher, resume projects or communication skills. How do they look at freshers? Jayanthi San, would you want to respond to this? How do
Okay.
companies look at freshers?
Freshers, to start with, you need to have a good technical competence. That is what they look at, and a basic level of English and communication skills. And after that, anyway, you undergo rigorous trainings once you are inside the organization. First year, you undergo a lot of workshops and trainings. But to start with, you have to have technical skills very good and a minimum level of communication and to be able to talk.
Just to add on to Jayanthi San, I would also say with all, whatever technical skills you have, a right aptitude is the key thing which any company would look out. Even if let's say if you are at your 60-80% of your technical skills, if you have the right aptitude where the company feels you would be able to, learn more, you are open to
Correct.
learning, I think they would be more than happy to take you in rather than a rigid person who is like, okay, I know this, that's it.
Yeah, absolutely. The professional skills, like I said earlier, no, learn agility where you are ready to learn, pick up new things. Definitely is something they look. But it is like, it is assumed you come with a good technical skill.
Very true. Very true. Not only for freshers, it is, I think, across
Cross.
years of experience, you have to be in that learning mode. Learn till you live. That's the motto I feel for the day now, right? Praveen San, good afternoon, ma'am. I'm 2025 batch student in branch of CSE. I have good technical skills in full stack development and I'm going to complete M4 level in share picking. I plan to get a job in Japan aligned IT companies. Where can I get it? So, as I indicated to you, please apply on our website, Praveen San. The website is www.japaneselanguagejobs.com. I'll request Ashwija San to put it in the chat or in the group. You apply, upload your profile there, and we'll look at matching opportunities. Okay. Yeah. Bharat, ma'am, I heard about JLJ website for Java. Does it have opportunity for software? As I said, Bharat San, JLJ has opportunities for bilingual. And yes, of course, software development fields, it is there, but you have to be a bilingual for that. I hope it responds. Yeah. Next is Bharani San. Good morning, I'm a first year college student. I want to learn about how I can leverage my Japanese skills to advance my career in Japan. Okay. So, have you picked up your Japanese language skills, Bharani San? If you could either chat or speak, that would be great. We could respond because we would like to know what your skills are, and accordingly, we can give our currently in insight. Yeah. So if you're going to be a core language expert, then you'll have to come up till minimum N3 or N2 level, as even Jayanthi San indicated. You have to be above intermediate level, right? Intermediate is N3 in Japanese. So minimum N3, and if you're a core language expert, then you'll have to come up till N2 skills, and then you can make a career in with Japanese language. Okay. Any other questions? International business will still have demand. 7 years later, I'm still a school student. Alia San, yes, language never dies. Countries are there. Language, what you learn, is going to be there with you for your lifetime. So you can still do international business.
People are still there, and you can't, a computer can't talk to them. You, as a person, has to go and talk to the others. So luckily, language and cultures will still be around. We don't have.
Lovely question, Alia San. Very nice. Cute. Please pursue your language learning. Anyone else? We are already exceeding the time. If you have, I mean, let us just take last couple of questions because we have requested Jayanthi San to be available till 12. We've already exceeded. Kamali San from Basket, the scope of web designing and like UI and UX. Any specific country or looking up to Kamali San? I mean, or is it generic UI UX that you want to know? Japan. Okay, fine. Yes, web designing, of course, as I think we responded to one more query, web designing, along even content writing, web designing, all these skills are required. But if you are specific to Japan, please pick up your Japanese skills. That is what we would request.
And like we said earlier, high language skills, not just
Very true. Very true.
excellent skills.
Very good. I think with this we can stall. If you have any questions, please put it in the group. Please stay active in the group. We will get inputs from Jayanthi San, or if I can respond, we will surely respond back to you. Okay. So I would request Ashuja San to give a vote of thanks to everyone. And
Ramasan, Ramasan, can you hear me?
yes, Mahesh San.
This is Mahesh. Could I just say something for
Please,
a minute?
please.
Yes, Jayanthi San, thank you so much for your wonderful insights. So I was part of SNRC and I conducted Japanese training for employees of Bosch, and we concluded in the month of February.
Okay.
So it's wonderful to see you after such a long time. I was your student in Max Miller.
You wrote to me. Thank you so much. I wanted to.
Yes. Yeah, some of my other teachers were Asha Dongade, Nupur Sundar, Lalita Nagaram,
Still remember the names. Okay.
Yes. So I hope we can meet offline.
Definitely. We will meet.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mahesh San. Ashuja San?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Over
Thank
to
you. Yeah. Thank you, Jeyanthi San, first of all, for such a wonderful session. I hope everyone, has cleared their queries. And also, I hope that they those who are not pursuing language learning, foreign language learning will start pursuing some foreign language from now onwards. And yeah, thank you for all the participants also for joining us today. I hope you have taken valuable information from this session. And in the group, I have already put the job portal link. So please do drop in your resumes. Like Rama Mama told, it is only for bilingual, English to Japanese, Japanese to English. So please, those who are pursuing Japanese language, do drop in your resume into the job portal. And I also will be sharing our social media pages. So please do give us a follow. Yeah? Thank you, everyone. Thank you for this one.
Thank you very much, Jeyanthi-san. It was a wonderful insight. And from the questions as we see, the students have taken a lot of inputs from this talk. Thank you very much for your time and this talk.
Thank you very much, Ramasan, for this great opportunity to interact with all these youngsters. And yeah, like I said, you are our important partner and in bringing the Japanese language and culture. So to all of you, you are at the best hands. So don't worry. Yeah. So continue your learning spirit. You will reach excellence. That's the only closing lines I would like. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah. Arigatou gozaimasu. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.